from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Good news on the COVID-19 front for Henrico County, and a big change, but a temporary one for one Henrico nonprofit. We'll have details about those stories and more on today's Henrico News Minute for Thursday, September 24th, 2020. It's brought to you today by Henrico Area Mental Health.
And now for the news.
Well, it's been a good few days in Henrico County as far as COVID-19 goes. The county's 7-day positivity percentage has dropped below 5% to its lowest level in more than 2 months, just 4.9%, according to the Virginia Department of Health. The most recent percentage reflects the 7-day period from September 13th through 19th. Data intentionally lags several days behind the current date to allow for the most accurate information, because it can take several days for some testing data to make its way into the VDH system. Yesterday morning, only 16 new positive cases of the virus were reported in Henrico, along with 2 new hospitalizations and 1 additional death attributed to the virus, although it's unknown when that death occurred. To date, a total of almost 97,000 PCR tests which detect the presence of the active virus have been conducted among Henrico citizens. The Henrico School Board will hold a work session today beginning at 1 p.m. You can follow henricocitizen.com on Twitter at henricocitizen, and check our website henricocitizen.com later for complete coverage. Among the topics the board will discuss, the next steps for a redistricting process that was halted in April by the pandemic. The board also will hear a COVID-19 update from its health committee. Next month, the committee will present a recommendation about how the school system should proceed for the second 9 weeks. You can watch today's work session online at henricoschools.us. COVID-19 has prompted a major change for one longtime Henrico nonprofit. The Henrico Christmas Mother program, which has served county families in need as well as disabled adults since 1942, this year will accept only monetary donations as a result of the pandemic. The organization typically receives thousands of donated items, including clothes, food, toys, toiletries, and more, at its warehouse in Eastern Henrico on Dabbs House Road, and then allows recipients to come to the warehouse and select items before the holidays in December. But health concerns this year have convinced officials to shut down the warehouse. Instead, they will accept monetary donations only and provide gift cards for the purchase of food, clothing, books, and toys to qualified recipients. You can make a donation online at henricochristmasmother.org or mail one to Henrico Christmas Mother, P.O. Box 70338, Henrico 23255. If you have a question about applying to the program, you can also visit the organization's website or call 236-9741. Leadership Metro Richmond and the Robbins Foundation are presenting a virtual 3-part series called Equity from Concept to Action. It'll begin October 13th and feature nationally renowned thought leaders and virtual conversations that center around the idea of disrupting and dismantling systems of inequity. The sessions will take place October 13th, November 3rd, and November 17th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. each day via Zoom. Registration for the first session with author Tim Wise and the second session with Hugh Vasquez, a leading equity and diversity educator, each will be $25. Registration for the third session, which features Nicole Hannah-Jones, a lead writer on the New York Times' The 1619 Project, and University of Richmond Dean of Professional and Continuing Studies, Jamel Wilson, will be $50. You can register online at lmronline.org or call 343-1500. Well, Innsbrook-based mortgage lender Cap Center recently purchased a building about a block from its current location. The company bought Cox Court, a 3-story office building featuring about 70,000 square feet of space, for $5.85 million to accommodate its growth. The seller was Banks Brothers Building, LLC.
Every 12 minutes, a Virginian dies from an opioid overdose.
Every 12 minutes.
Opioid overdoses are on the increase in Henrico. Yes, the opioid epidemic is still impacting residents in Henrico.
But you can help.
To find out what you can do, go to bouncebackhc.com.
That's bouncebackhc.com. Knowledge is power, including learning about naloxone. That's naloxone, which can temporarily reverse the toxic effects of an opioid or heroin overdose.
Get informed, get help, save a life.
Go to bouncebackhc.com. That's bouncebackhc.com.
To equip yourself with the knowledge to help our residents and the community of Henrico County against the opioid epidemic.
Knowing what to do will allow you to be prepared to save a life. Go to bounceBackHC.com today.
That's bounceBackHC.com or call 804-727-8515.
That's 804-727-8515. Directly for substance abuse services.
This message is sponsored by Henrico Area CSB Prevention Services.